Okay, but let's talk. Yeah, I guess let's get into the Trumpian stuff because there's so much stuff I got to get into. Right? I mean, the thing. It's not really Trumpian. It's more you're looking at a complete meltdown, right? I mean, they know they're not going to win, and they're screaming already, right? Although I think the cheating's probably going to help them a lot. It's like, I don't know why they lack so much confidence because I'm like, you got a pretty good shot. You cheat very well and scream at anybody they're racist if they argue with you, right? I just don't think it's working, right? I don't think it's working. I think the legacy media is dead. I think this is the election that killed the legacy media. I mean, they are meaningless at this point, right? They're screaming Trump's a Nazi, which is insane, right? It's beyond. I mean, they've lost it, right? Which means they know he's going to win. Although again, I don't know why they're so bloody confident. Everybody go out and vote, apart from Democrats. Democrats don't go out and vote. It's over. You can't win. And you don't want to vote for him anyway. You didn't like her. You talked yourself into it. Unless you're a woke fuck, it's fine. If you're a woke fuck, do what you want, right? But that's only 8% of the population, right? I agree strongly with Tim Pool that we have the opportunity here to make this a repudiation, a total and utter cultural war victory. Like, I think it'll be the total cultural war victory, right? Because then it's over. There's like I don't think if Dave Chappelle, for example, if a very good comedian like Jon Stewart, we're going to talk about him in a minute, comes up and says, "Okay, we're all wrong. Just get over it," which is exactly what he did with COVID, right? He was the one who made it okay to believe that COVID came from a lab. Beforehand, it was racist, right? And he de-racist it, right? That's quite an incredible superpower. So somebody, I mean, Hitler. Here's the thing. I described it like this last show. I think it's like the Enterprise Cold War, temporal Cold War, where they have like the less paths you have in the way you want to go, the more likely is you're not going to get there, right? And so it was like I see. The only path I see, really, for America not fundamentally going through some kind of change or tumult, right? Honestly, if Harris just gets in, it really is the end of the Western liberal democracies, right? There's no more democracy at that point. There's no more free speech. I mean, look, they locked up Tommy Robinson. It's ludicrous. They locked him up for making a film telling the truth. Oh man, people do not like you telling the truth, right? People do not like you telling the truth. It gets them very, very irate, right? It does. It gets them very irate. Oh, I am at 1080. There you go. I have found that out to my detriment. Let me tell you. The truth is not a shield, right? But that's basically what happened. He made a movie talking about I haven't seen it. It's on Twitter. I assume it's talking about Muslim rape gangs, right? Because that's again, it's beyond me. Honestly, it's like a post office scandal, but I don't know, less worse. It's beyond me. Like, why can't people just say I was wrong and I'm very sorry, right? Why can't you just be honest, right? And what's wrong with being wrong? And what's wrong with being sorry? I mean, if you're wrong because you're an evil cunt, you deserve to get your balls kicked, but metaphorically, right? But it's like people just won't do it. It's so weird. Again, like all the people in the post office scandal, same thing. Bizarroville, right? So some comedian that's okay for the left, which I think Dave Chappelle and also Jon Stewart could really do the world a favor and make it okay not to be hysterical, right? I mean, that's basically what you're looking at. Make it okay not to be hysterical. reset. Okay, this is what you really want, right? You want to reset America to normalcy. You want to reset America to normalcy and say somebody I didn't like got into power, and I really don't like it. Right? It really upsets me. But you know what? He's my president. Nothing terrible happened last time. I'm going to give him. I don't think anything good's going to happen from it, but I'm going to go into it as open mind as possible and hope and pray for his success. Right, and I'm not going to hope for his failure, right? Because his success is my success, and if his success means being wrong, it's not so terrible because I'm being successful. Right? If somebody says that and says he can be wrong, he can screw up, you can all be proved right, but let's start off normally, right? It's they could really do themselves and the world a huge favor. And you think, oh, that sounds crazy. That could never ever happen, right? I think it could. I totally think it could. Again, Jon Stewart did it with COVID. It was verboten, to say that. That COVID came from a lab, right? That was racist. And then he made it okay. But again, it's you have to believe incredibly stupid things. I just don't think Jon Stewart can really do it. Jon Stewart, I mean, he's a bit of a prick, and I disagree with his worldview, and I think he's misinformed. I think he strikes me as being too full of his own confidence, not ready enough to take a seat and say, "Oh man, this is shit," right? And he should have done that with the woke shit, right? It was a big mistake, right? But again, it was what his whole world did. But again, but he certainly is in a position to anyway, because it's gone fucking crazy, right? So Trump had this insane rally in Madison Square Garden. I mean, insane. It was 200,000 people, or there were 20,000 people or 70,000 people who couldn't get in, right? It was redonkulous, right? This thing was insane. Here, let me find the first bit of footage from it, because it was, I would say, pure Americana, which I think Trump has been very successful with in this entire election cycle, right? Pure Americana. 1 second, where is it? Not Shooty. Not Creature Commandos. Hey, Daisy, how you doing, darling? There you go, Madison Square Gardens. I'm still waiting to get in. USA! The energy is just through the roof. They are pumped beyond pump. But here, let me get inside. So I think the bit I'm going to show you is the most indicative of everything, which is Hulk Hogan. I mean, oh God, it's awesome. Awesome beyond awesome. Man, if Keir Starmer had this, I'll vote for him. But Keir Starmer couldn't have this. He's too painfully inauthentic and an evil cunt, right? I don't think Hulk Hogan's an evil cunt, right? I think Hulk Hogan's a nice, friendly bit of Americana, right? Hulk Hogan, like Big Daddy. Oh, I love him. I love his come out with a flag. I mean, it's awesome. I'm sorry. There's a lot to love about America. I do, unashamedly, right? It's so upbeat. Look, you got to understand. If you're American watching this, you got to understand. We British grew up every day with grey skies. Well, it's not going to be good. That's what we are, right? I mean, we're kind of fun. We'll get us drunk. We're okay. But yeah. But this blows an English person's mind. Like, this is a political rally. Oh, God, I'm so voting for this person. Oh, it's so awesome. I'm sorry. honestly, this is the most punk rock politics has ever been. I love it. I love it. And they even have J.D. Vance, right, standing in it as the heir apparent. So friends like my old school Republican friend who I love dearly, right? I was chatting tonight on the way over from synagogue, right? This is too much for him. He can't, right? But J.D. Vance is there. So J.D. Vance is your prize for holding your nose and going with Trump, right? And he's like, yeah, you're right. J.D. Vance is awesome. Oh, would have loved to have gone. I honestly, oh man, would have loved to have gone. Oh, here's another video of it. Okay, weird thing about Hulk Hogan, right? He used to live near us when I lived in Miami, right? And there was an episode of his TV show where he's doing a barbecue. You can go look at it, and he goes to Miami Beach and says, "You know what? What is that? What is that? A Jew store?" And he goes past the kosher store, hey, is that kosher? That stuff's really healthy, right? People are going to really appreciate it. We're going to go and get Jew kosher hot dogs, right? They go in, and this is the store I shop at. And he's being Hulk Hogan. It's awesome, right? Absolutely awesome. Another bit of folklore is apparently when I lived in Bushey in London in the 90s. No, late 80s, very early 90s. The local Blockbuster, right, was once visited by Tom Cruise, who lived near there. And they wouldn't rent him something because he didn't have an ID. It's like he held out a video box of the procedure. Said, look, it's me. Yeah, you go. That's everything England and America, baby. Okay. So before we look, we're not going to listen to this whole speech. I will show you bits of it. It's mind blowing, right? It really is genuinely mind blowing. It's one of the most fun thing I've seen in a long time. I'm trying to force myself to watch Venom. I can review it on Dash Channel. I got sent to the screen. I got anyway. So here, this is what it reminds me of, like from Rocky IV. Check this out. I will break him. Right, so this is the match between Apollo Creed and Drago. Right, first he comes on. It's like a match, like an exhibition fight. The Trump rally was better. Well, you know, if James Brown was there, he will be playing. Yeah, where's Apollo Creed come out? Living in America. I mean, it is like this, isn't it? Look at this. Awesome. Oh, man, I forgot how awesome this was. I will break him. If he dies, he dies. Adrian got hotter as the movies went on. Best bit of the Rocky series was when Adrian was watching at home, I think, and she didn't like what it must be Rocky 1. And stands up with the crowd, goes, Rocky, maybe Rocky 2. Rocky. The boss shirts, you love it. Anyway. Which is tamer than the Trump thing. We live in strange times. So this is what he had to say. We're not going to listen to it all. It's so crazy. Now, obviously, other people spoke like more normal people, but like this is the vibe. I'm up for that. You know what? English are embarrassed of well, they're not anymore. Actually, I think there's been a huge surge in nationalism, right, and good nationalism, right, because in response to the globalism, it's great to be British, right, but it's you got to love the Americans loving being American. Where's pigs going?
Well, let me tell you something, Trumpomaniacs.
Okay, I can only vote once, and I can't vote at all. And this is too again. You had me at that hello. I can't. Look.
Welcome to the house that Hulkamania built. You know something? Usually when I'm in Madison Square Garden, I'm body slamming giants. I'm winning world heavyweight titles, and I'm cracking people over the heads with steel chairs.
He must be doing a ton of steroids to be in that shape, right?
And the energy in Madison Square Garden is off the Richter scale. But today, Trumpomaniacs, the energy in here is something like I've never felt. The energy of all these Trumpomaniacs is the most powerful force in the universe. And today, this is Donald Trump's house, brother.
I need some kind of graphic of Hulk Hogan with the title Trumpomaniac. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's too crazy. I'll listen for another minute. See what he's going to say. 10 seconds. Does he rip his shirt off? I liked it when he did that last time. Not in a gay way, more theatrical.
You know something, Trump maniacs? I don't see no...
Yeah, there's anything wrong with that, obviously.
Stinking Nazis in here.
Oh, yeah, what? I don't see... Okay, that's where this story is going.
Stinking Nazis in here.
Yeah, I don't see any stinking Nazis in it.
You know something, Trump maniacs? I don't see no stinking Nazis in here. I don't see no stinking domestic terrorists in here. The only thing I see in here are a bunch of hard-working men and women that are real Americans, brother.
I got to stop. It's too. I'm finding it kind of electric, though. Really, the whole night was like that. So, they were calling it a fascist rally. But we're going to get into that in a second. It's beyond stupid, right? It is absolutely beyond stupid. But the first thing they really nailed it is they opened the night with this guy. I don't know. He's apparently very successful. It's like the kids all like. Probably Baron Trump told them to get him. With this bloke, Tony Hinchcliffe. And the jokes I heard of him from him, I thought was very funny, right? Genuinely. Right? But this is the thing they're freaking out about.
Well, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It is absolutely wild times.
Yeah, this is it. This is what they're centering on.
It really, really is. And, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. Again, normally I don't follow the national anthem, everybody. This isn't exactly a perfect comedy setup. It's absolutely wild to see.
So that's the thing they're going apeshit about. But yeah, okay. In hindsight, was it the best idea to have this guy open? Probably not. or at all. Probably. Even though I find him very funny, but like, oh, the humorlessness. Anyway, let's get into it.
See, and in Texas, stuff is really, really crazy. We're right there by a wide open border. Where are my proud Latinos at tonight? You guys see what I mean? It's wide open. There's so many of them.
Now, they're jokes. Very obviously, you wouldn't know. The meltdown beyond meltdowns. I got so many different meltdown files. Let's see what I got. I might just go for one. Oh, well, we should go for this one too, though. Okay.
That jamboree happening right now, you see it there on your screen, in that place is particularly chilling because in 1939, more than 20,000 supporters of a different fascist leader, Adolf Hitler, packed the garden for a so-called pro-America rally.
Okay, wait. So let's get this straight, right? It's a fascist rally because it's at Madison Square Gardens. The Democrats had their national convention there in 91 or 92, I believe. Are they also fascist? I mean, is this fascist? It's the most crazy and insane thing. Meanwhile, this Nazi rally has a lot of Jewish support. You don't really see that at Nazi rallies. I'll be frank. Right, I will admit. I'm going to admit to this. I may not have been to that many Nazi rallies. I can admit to that, right? I may not have been to that many Nazi rallies. I don't think that you were buying any Israel bonds there, right? So is there any more on this, or is it just
speakers voiced anti-Semitic rhetoric from?
A second. I wish I don't have the clip from CNN.
Who has threatened to use the troops to quell what he says are lawless cities and to use those troops to carry out mass deportations of...
Again, they're just insane and lying. Anyway, so they go crazy about this, like genuinely batshit, off the wall crazy. I mean, genuinely. And they got a fascist rally. Well, I'll see what this one says. I mean, they're just funny. I don't see any stinking Nazis here. Let's see what they're saying over here.
It's important that, Donald Trump runs like he was never president, like he doesn't have a record. And whatever the phenomena is of people having not so terrible memories of his first term.
What, we had money and world peace. Yeah, that sucks ass.
It is very dangerous that they think that way because they think, oh,
well, they don't remember those good times. They weren't really good times. Don't remember how much we screamed and we screamed and we screamed and we screamed. Right? We'll hold our breath next time. Please do.
Okay, we've already seen that movie. I can live with it for 4 more years, but it's not the same movie. It's the sequel to Scream, where it's just that much bloodier. The trajectory he's on with his
worst
thoughts,
actors.
the trajectory.
Okay.
That he's on with his thoughts, his language, his health, his mental health, his cognitivity. I mean, if he, God forbid, is elected a year from now, Joe Biden is going to have the biggest "I told you so" laugh in American history.
Joe Biden's going to be dead.
And that's what people have to
I wish him a long life, obviously.
think about. Not this the guy who throws paper towels sometimes, and like, oh, that's funny, that's stupid, whatever it is. This guy
throws paper towels? What? This guy's crazy. Anyway, somebody had a response to it being a fascist rally. Who has an excellent rack, by the way. I think it's worth hearing it out in detail, maybe in slow motion. Let's have a look.
Donald Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden. I'm a Jewish New York Republican, and I have seen the mainstream media.
Okay. You make me proud, darling. Make me proud. I'm just pausing so I can get a good look at that Star of David necklace. We call that a Mogen David, right? Anyway, very slowly in that position, unless you're a bit warm, you want to pull your shirt down a bit. Tell us some more.
Calling this a Nazi rally. And that couldn't be further from the truth. There were so many Jews there, just like myself. There was Israeli flags, and nearly every single speaker talked about their commitment to upholding the relationship between U.S. and Israel. Not to mention all the Latinos for Trump.
I would agree with her, but I'm just, looking kind of, trying to imagine what the arse is on the other side, and myself there. Right, I'm only made of flesh and blood, baby. Flesh and blood, flesh and blood.
Gays for Trump, and nearly every other group that would have never been allowed in if this was actually a Nazi rally. Kamala Harris could literally bring Adolf Hitler on her stage, and the mainstream media still wouldn't call it a Nazi rally. Their lies are futile. Trump is winning this election, and
well, I mean, that's the thing. I think he's swapping the vote so much that the lies are futile. And it's just completely breaking down.
9 days, make sure you get out, vote early, and vote for Donald Trump.
I just got back. Literally anything you say. You could convince me. Okay, I mean, look, I was voting for him anyway, but okay. By the way, eyebrows are fantastic. It's not often that I compliment a woman, but very Jewy eyebrows. Okay, get out, vote for Donald Trump. Well, you won me over. You've definitely won me over, darling. Vote early. Get out and vote. Right, that's I think the advice of the day. Anyway, so that whole thing. What made it more disingenuous about that comedian? At the very same time, George Lopez was making a racist joke at a Harris rally that had hardly anybody there.
Trump said he was going to build a wall, and George Lopez said, "You better build it in one day, because if you leave that material out there overnight."
And it was funny, right? It was funny. And I think that's the... so Jon Stewart, as I said, we started off talking about him. Landsman, sometimes he comes up trumps, right? As he did here.
The opening act, grabbing headlines for all the wrong reasons. A comedian who offered unfunny, racist, cringeworthy jokes.
No, they were really funny. They were really funny. Yeah, check out the meltdown.
Basically calling Puerto Ricans trash.
The most repulsive racial jokes about Latinos.
Disgusting and hateful.
So incredibly crude.
Frankly, just too X-rated to play here.
That's not! I played it! Oh, I wish I could just AI them all grabbing poles. Oh, I mean, really.
Extremely vile so-called jokes.
Extremely vile so-called jokes. She name-checked my comedy album from the 90s.
Again, if somebody's talented, they're talented. I just like, and when Jon Stewart, I think, gives up on his wokeness, there's a lot to work with.
Did I really? I don't know who's AI, me or that guy.
You want to help?
Now, obviously, in retrospect, having a roast comedian come to a political rally a week before Election Day and roasting a key voting demographic, probably not the best decision by the campaign politically. But
I can agree. I mean, I actually do agree. Again, I think it's Barron Trump. And this guy's huge, apparently. Right? I mean, just huge. And they had him open. Holy crap. Yeah, no, it wasn't the best idea.
Decision by the campaign politically. But to be fair, the guy's really just doing what he does. I mean, here he is at the Tom Brady roast a few months ago.
The great Jeff Ross, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff is so Jewish, he only watches football for the coin toss.
That's funny! And you can tell there's no hate behind it.
Gronk, you look like the Nazi that kept burning himself on the ovens. Kevin is so small that when his ancestors picked cotton, they called it deadlifting.
Yes, of course. Terrible, boo, yes. there's something wrong with me. I find that guy very funny.
He is funny. And good for, again, you need to be the voice of sanity, Jon Stewart. You can bring the weirdos over.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, bringing him to a rally and have him not do roast jokes, that'd be like bringing Beyonce to a rally and not have... Oh.
I guess Beyonce didn't sing at a rally. Yeah, look, the writing's on the wall. Okay, you know how much the writing's on the wall? Joe Biden was filmed and he's telling people how he's voting, okay? It's not how you would expect, right? It's quite eye-opening.
Trump, 2024.
I'm voting for Trump.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah.
My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.